Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What's going on, Habibis? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Mujahed Kobbe.
And we're the Habibi Bros, and we have the worst producers on the planet.
It had to start off that way. It really did.
Really, it was that easy.
I mean, he's had a whole month and a half being back from fighting in the war.
God.
And that's no excuse.
I know, it's terrible. Plus, he was probably fighting for the Houthis.
Honestly, wouldn't put it past
Spencer, we know you say you're a Jew, but we're pretty sure you're actually a radical jihadis. I mean, after all, you are a producer for this show. We probably did radicalize him.
Honestly, I mean, he wouldn't be the first. I did radicalize my mother.
That's true.
Even though, Dan from last night likes to think that he radicalized my mom. That's not true.
Well,
I radicalized
you radicalized her a different way. So Habibis, this is the list, and we picked a hell of a day, a hell of a night, a hell of a week to do the list, because holy shit is the news crazy. We're gonna get to all of that here in a little bit, because we got it's Super Bowl week, it's special counsel week, it is Tucker Carlson and Russia week. There's a lot of shit to cover, so strap in or strap on and let's get to it. So the list of people who need their phones taken away, if you're not familiar with this, the list is basically a power ranking, a top 10 power ranking that we put out every month of people who have just particularly awful takes, specifically on the website Twitter, otherwise known as X. Now, we used to call it the list of the worst tweets on Twitter, but Elon took that away from us. And so we're stuck with the list of the worst takes on X. Doesn't roll off the tongue as much, but
and we have to call them posts now too.
Yeah, we got to call them fucking posts. Who does that shit? Honestly,
it feels like a boomer. You know what I mean? When they say, "Oh, I posted this on Facebook. Oh, I also posted this on Instagram. Oh, and now I posted this on Twitter," instead of saying that they tweeted it on Twitter, or they Insta.
Like tweet is
Insta
such
photo.
Tweet is such a, everybody knows what you're talking about when you're talking about tweet. Anyways,
the name recognition was there.
We're very curmudgeon about this. Don't worry. It's part of the adjustment, just like the show.
We mess around as we go.
We do. So with that being said, if you're not familiar with the list, it's been around since 2019, right before COVID. And I actually would argue that the list, that we wouldn't have gotten COVID lockdowns if it weren't for the list. So you're welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Jay. I'm glad I was able to do this.
For the world.
For the world.
Not just America.
That's true. In the recent year and a half that Elon has had Twitter, or X, a number of people have fled the platform, and as a result, you're not getting as many insane takes on a week-to-week basis. So as a result, we've had to spread out the list to monthly, which sucks balls, but we are in an election year, and there's always potential, Jay, that we could bring this back weekly.
Especially after last night.
Yeah, especially the week we're having. Holy shit. So with that being said, we're actually going to unpack the January list. I know everything is so fucking outdated. I'm looking at this. I'm like, geez, this was January.
The news just keeps on. It's so quick. It's so fast. How everything happens. I mean, just in the span of 2 days before, when we had HPH, and now, we're in a constitutional crisis. Our president's brain is mush.
Yeah,
and we might be losing. To Egypt, which is in Mexico.
They both have pyramids, though, Jay, built by Jews.
Right. Well, no, it's the Anunnaki. It's another word for Jews.
Another word for Jews. I was just gonna say, yeah. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, it's Egyptian hieroglyphic for Jew.
I see. What do they call them? What? Jexicans? They exist. But you know, we talk about the border crisis a lot, Jay, and I just have to be mindful. You know, be careful when you go to Mexico. You might run into Mexican. It gets worse though now because you might run into a Jew
or an Egyptian.
Even worse.
The worst of the worst.
They're what would we say? They're like the retarded version of Arabs,
but
right?
I mean, that's putting it softly for sure.
I'm just kidding. I love Egyptians. They're my favorite.
They're
one of my best buddies from high school is Egyptian, but he's like Coptic. He's a Coptic Christian,
right? And then he blew himself up as a terrorist.
I mean, that's the natural progression of things.
Always is.
It always is. All right, so let's get to the list. Let's get to the top 10. We wasted enough time talking about this shit. So we're gonna get to let's see. Wow, Kenan Hodges on Local says 18 minutes late, like Joe early. Hey, look, we are proud to be late. Okay, we're insanely proud. Let's get to number 10. Okay, number 10. So we're actually doing something different tonight. All right, now. Instead of just doing 10 through 1, we're doing 10 through 4, and then the top 3, Jay and I are going to debate on who should go where. So it's an experiment. I know Jay and I are pretty fond of experimenting, particularly with each other. Right, Jay?
I also like the fonding part.
That fonding and fondling. So number 10, we got the Associated Press, the AP, tweeting out about Claudine Gay. Now, this was posted on January 3rd, okay? Give me an idea of how long a month was. So, the Harvard president's resignation highlights new conservative weapon against colleges, plagiarism.
This story feels like it's 4 years old already.
Bro,
that's how amazing this is. How fucking insane.
We were literally gonna call this stream, and it was Ben's idea. So Ben, you're fucking fired for not making it more relevant.
And the funny thing is like you and I are both like, "Oh, Lamo, this is amazing, Ben. You're doing great." Fuck you, Ben.
Ben, you piece of shit.
You are such a fucking like yesteryear boomer.
God,
get with the times, man. You need to understand what is hip. You need to put your finger on the pulse of society.
Yeah, you got to have a nose for this shit.
A nose. I mean,
Spencer has a nose.
Spencer.
Yeah, take after Spencer, who has a nose, not for news, but just a nose.
As a Jew.
So, now the conservative weapon, Jay, is that plagiarism is no longer something where everyone is held to the same standard. It's specifically a weapon used by conservatives. So I have to say to you, when I start my brand of eating ass and I change my name to butt licking,
right?
That's not plagiarism because I'm using the term butt, but you are committing plagiarism because obviously ass is a derivative of butt.
This is very true.
Yeah.
So
you should resign from the president of Harvard.
Resign,
or we both get nominated as co-presidents of Harvard.
Honestly, I don't think Harvard would be able to handle us.
No, because we probably throw the craziest parties and also throw all those commie kids into Gitmo.
Oh man, the way their lives would be flipped.
Think of how many students we would expel.
Just my pronouns are you're expelled.
Yeah,
your pronouns are now homeless. Get the fuck out of here.
Homeless. All right, so I think it's safe to say that this is the AP, which in recent years has gotten much more partisan.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
It used to be the case that the AP was always considered one of the more objective sources of news because they were just reporting what was out there. And then I don't know what happened. The Trump year, they got TDS, they got Trump derangement syndrome.
Very hard. Well, it's not just Trump derangement syndrome. I think what we are seeing happen is that end of all of that progressive bullshit that's been funneled through kids and colleges and everything is finally really taking a grasp in corporations and in industries like the media industry. That's why we see Disney going down the shithole with all the wokeness. That's why we see all of the media.
Bro, Disney is going so down. Disney is going so far down the shitter. I got a message from my brother saying Disney Plus sets summer start date for password sharing crackdown.
Yeah,
that's how fucking bad it is at Disney.
It's getting bad. I mean, and the funny thing is, Netflix keeps on getting worse and worse, and nobody cares. They're adding ads now.
That's right. They are adding ads.
They're adding ads now. They're adding you can't stream in HD on the basic. Yeah, this is exactly what they're doing. And nobody gives a shit because it's Netflix.
So all right, so we didn't even get to talk about DeSantis's victory on Disney. We'll have to do that in the next episode of Habibi Power Hour. Hopefully there's time because obviously this is certainly gone too far. Yes. All right. Next up, number 9, we got the FBI, and I hope that what's his name, Spencer's on top of his shit, because if he isn't, then he's gonna be fucking fired. Sacks, right? We used to have that emoji.
Hashtag sacks.
Hashtag sacks. So number 9, FBI tweets out, this MLK Day, the FBI honors one of the most prominent leaders of the civil rights movement and reaffirms his commitment to Dr. King's legacy of fairness and equal justice for all. This is coming from the same agency that literally spied on and dare I say, Jay, wrote a suicide note for MLK.
Yeah.
As they were, did they attempt to assassinate him? I can't recall. I'm pretty sure they were successful.
I mean, last I heard, he's hanging out with Tupac.
It's true.
Right. And Elvis. See, because it's not the color of their skin, but the content of their character. You could tell that those three would get along like on a table together. And
why'd you exclude Biggie? Is it because you're more of
because he's fat and fuck fat people? Like fuck him, because Fuzzy's mom was like 350 pounds.
Nice.
God, it feels good.
So the FBI does this shit every year with MLK Day, otherwise known as Mommy Milky Day. Whatever. Let's just fucking move on.
And the funny thing is, they do this tweet all the fucking time, like every year.
I literally just said that, Jay.
Every year.
Did you not pay attention to the fucking word I just said?
No, I was thinking about 350 pounds of Fuzzy's mom on top of me.
All right, I'll give you a pass on that. All right, next up, we got Politico coming in at number 8, in which they tweet out nightly reports on the rights coordinated campaign that helped engineer the departure of the head of the most influential university in the world. Talking about Claudine Gay, they got community noted as well, saying Claudine Gay was found to have plagiarized at least 47 times, which was reported in the New York Times hours before Gay resigned. The plagiarism revelations came weeks after she made controversial comments excusing anti-Semitism on Harvard campuses. Interestingly enough, the AP also got community noted, and there I actually forgot to read their community note. Virtually saying the same thing. Plagiarism is a breach of rules for Harvard University. Claudine Gay was ultimately forced to resign for a series of breaches of this policy. Plagiarism, or application of the rules around plagiarism, therefore cannot be considered a weapon.
No, and it was an extensive amount of plagiarism that she did. Like, if you were doing this in any high school, college, or whatever, you get expelled.
I mean, they wouldn't even consider suspension. Also, with the invention of Chat GPT and all these different ways of using artificial intelligence, it's become far easier to just bullshit your way through school. So you would think that somebody who back then, when they were working on their PhD thesis or what have you, they would actually have like the intellect and the ingenuity to actually write out a PhD thesis or dissertation and
correctly,
actually like prove their worth.
Right.
Claudine Gay couldn't do that, and as a result, you get the usual suspects, leftists, anti-racist black people, and just generally woke people attesting that Harvard and everybody who failed Claudine Gay need to make amends and basically replace her with another black woman.
Yeah, that's what they're all saying.
Yeah. And then also there was another, this didn't make the list, but the reason why it didn't make the list is because it was one of those things where you read it, you're like, your terms are acceptable. And that tweet is, God, it's gonna drive me nuts. I want to say is oh man, fuck me, Jay. I mean later, but also fuck
no,
me.
it's gonna happen.
I'll probably find it here in just a moment before I go completely insane. It wasn't Jamal Bowman. It wasn't Keith Boykin. Let me show you this.
Boykin.
Keith Boykin tweets out, if we're going to start scrutinizing every detail of college presidents' past writings for technical attribution issues, then let's do it. Let's go look at everyone's past writings, not just Claudine Gay at Harvard. Let's put them all under a microscope and see how they hold up.
Your terms are acceptable.
Your terms are acceptable. We will love that. Please.
Fucking do it. I mean, it doesn't matter what they are. If they're right, if it was Donald Trump himself, I don't give a fuck. Go for it. Do it.
Fucking do it. Anyways, Politico isn't off the hook, though, because they have another entry here for number 8, in which they tweet out, from Pizzagate to QAnon and now the Epstein list. An expert explains why sex trafficking conspiracy theories are so buzzy in MAGA circles. Now, Jay, there was supposedly an Epstein list that came out in January.
Right.
Or there was talk about it. Did we actually get that list? I don't know if we got that list.
No, it hasn't been completely released yet.
Okay. But apparently
there was some things on talks about like Bill Clinton and
but it is weird. Yeah, Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew.
They're mentioned in what has
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking.
That
was a fun time on Twitter. 37 years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck.
God. Anyways, this obvious attempt by Politico to rope the Epstein list, which is a legitimate, like, you know, it is in the public interest. It is noteworthy to the public to understand who is on the Epstein list, because a lot of those people who are on that list are some of our major decision makers, such as former U.S. presidents, and trying to rope that in with Pizzagate and QAnon. It seems like Politico is trying to, I would say, shield anyone on Epstein's list, kind of like you see a lot of Biden's supporters trying to shield him from being or from not having any memory whatsoever.
Which we'll talk about. Right. Yeah.
Which we'll talk about.
We'll talk about that soon.
But yeah.
And it's wild. And it's a sneaky trick that they like to do. They always like to do. We watch them do this trick over and over again. They're trying to mix it in with any of these right-wing stories, refuse to actually report on it, and then just be like, look at all these crazy right-wing stories. Like they're not like they're coming for your stoves. That's a right-wing conspiracy, and they're putting legislation in for no new stoves in places, and they're going for it.
But I don't know what's in the water in DC. I was living there. I lived there for like 11 years.
Right.
And during that entire time, I was also a lib. So there's definitely something in the water.
Yeah. It's whatever was turning the frogs gay.
Yeah. Or Siraj Hashmi gay.
You're the frog.
Oh, shit. Mind blown. Anyways, let's go to number 7. We got Jay. Wait, it is 7, right? Let me make sure I'm getting that right.
7. No.
Yes, it is 7.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
JJ McCullough.
Yes.
JJ McCullough, number 7. Let me get up closer to that, because another Epstein list tweet. I can't tell if this is a man or woman, by the way, Jay. Can you? Oh, that's clearly a woman. Just look at that hair. Oh, yeah, never mind what's happening below the nose. Okay,
no, that's
clearly a trans woman,
like male to female.
No, female to male. Look at that.
So that's a trans male.
Shit, you got me, Jay. Anyways, JJ McCullough tweets out, Epstein and Maxwell were horrible people, and their crimes are what we should focus on. But instead, people pretend they were part of some evil cabal of pedophiles ruling the world and keep expecting evidence to validate this theory. Reality, which is bad enough, takes a back seat. And then they follow Wait, do I really want to read all of this? All right, people really want to like. Hold on. People really want like Bill Gates and Bill Clinton to be prosecuted for sex crimes because that would validate certain conspiratorial views of the world. And the obsession with that whole narrative has really overshadowed the crimes of Epstein and Maxwell themselves. Well, did Epstein and Maxwell? Well, specifically, Maxwell is the only person involved in the Epstein client. You know, the whole Epstein ring saga to be imprisoned,
right,
for sex crimes, sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Who the fuck was she trafficking these victims to?
Exactly.
So
there's a list of people out there, very powerful people and people that they're desperately trying to protect. And then you have these stupid fucks over here talking about this. Look, we understand. Yeah, the victims have all been nameless as well to protect their identities. There have been only a couple of victims that have come out with their names attached. And so there's only so much you can really do. Yeah, we're thinking about them by getting the fucking people who have done this. And if it is Bill Gates, and if it is Bill Clinton, and if it is this fucker's father, because it looks like he fucking raped a rat on the middle of the street before he gave birth to this guy, then we're going to go after them. And we're going to give them what, Siraj? The wood chipper.
Oh, I thought you were going to
say hand job.
I was going to go a little bit more your route in ass eating. A rim job.
A rim job.
A reach around. All of the above.
Feet first through the wood chipper.
While getting a rim job.
Hey, either way, their ass is going to get 8.
That's true. The ass is getting 8. All right. Next up, number 6, we got NBC News. Now, this is a new study. This is actually a 3-fer, okay? NBC News got docked. They got hit with the list 3 times in the month of January, and they're only number 6. So the first one, it says, a new study outlines how white people's migration during and after the Civil War bolstered white supremacy and institutional racism in non-slave states, contributing to the vast racial disparities that exist today nationwide. Wait, what? Are they saying that like demographic changes of white people are the reason why white supremacy made it to the non-slave states? They're basically saying that illegal immigration.
No, why are they saying that?
So the whole like, wait, what? Yeah, white people's migration during and after the Civil War bolstered white supremacy and institutional racism in non-slave states. They're basically saying white people that moved from the South up to the North and states that were non-slave states, they basically evangelized and implemented white supremacy.
Right.
So what I'm saying, Jay, is did they not realize this is pretty much what everybody who is against like keeping the borders open, like that is the entirety of the argument. Is like,
right.
It's not even about white supremacy. It's about, oh, I don't know, maybe I don't want all of these businesses to get absolutely looted, these police officers to get beat to shit. And
other businesses using complete cheap labor to run their factories and everything as well. And then, and it's exactly what they're aiming to do. And the media completely is behind it. Change the different demographics. They want to change the demographics of Texas.
And you mentioned
they fucked up California. They've completely fucked California with this shit.
You mentioned any demographic changes though about non-white people, and you're called a racist. Right. Seriously, I'm not even making that up. That's actually, people will call you a white supremacist for mentioning,
even pointing out the glee that some reporters and media outlets have, saying like, oh, in 2050, it's
like white people are going to be a minority. Okay, maybe that's true, but like at that point, will white supremacy still exist?
Dude, it still exists in a black neighborhood in Atlanta. Like, that's
true, because
anything and everything is going to be.
And we did have the blackface of white supremacy join us last week.
Who's from Georgia?
Jay's dad,
Neville.
Are you still mad at him for leaving you?
I don't know.
In the hospital.
Is Tupac still mad that his father was never there for him? Is Jaquan still mad that his father never played catch with him? Is Marshawn Lynch mad that his father only gave a shit about him because he became an NFL player? Oh no, I'm sorry, that's not Marshawn. Marshawn Lynch.
Are you talking about Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know any of their family backstories.
So I'm not gonna all lie to you, I know Jay. is that his father fucked Kermit the Frog, and now Patrick Mahomes is
Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog here. I can't get it. It's gonna happen.
That sounds more like Patrick Mahomes than Kermit the Frog.
It's actually more Patrick Mahomes. All right, the next one up on the NBC News is actually about lives a TikTok founder Shia Rashik. They tweet out far-right influencer who was accused of instigating bomb threats last year against a school library in Tulsa has been named an advisor to a state library committee, the head of the Oklahoma State Department of Education says. Now, I've actually done a stream with Shia back in like early 2022.
Yeah.
And it was the worst. It was the worst TikToks. We did the top 10 ranking of the worst TikToks on
with the libs of TikTok.
With the libs of TikTok. It was before obviously she was doxxed. So the entire time she was behind the just audio, wasn't video. I'm pretty sure we still have that on our channel. Back when, if you go find it.
We should repost it.
Repost it. Anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna do another top 10. We probably should have done that, but whatever. She's gotten massive. She probably doesn't have time for us anymore, but it's okay. She's despite the fact that she is much bigger than we are, she is just as much a terrorist as we are.
That is absolutely true. From everything that we've heard from all of these the media outlets, and also Mark, what's his name? Is on this too. Matt Latavis. He's my top 3.
But Jay, you're not supposed to reveal that now. But let me go ahead and share it. I
apologize.
God damn it, Jay. But I'll show people. This is Jay. This is part of Jay's top 3. Okay. It's the same, basically exact same story because he was the one who wrote it.
But I want his face out there.
All right, so there he is.
The guy who perpetrated bomb threats against Shia for reporting this story.
You hear that, Matt? You're just a domestic terrorist like we are. Welcome to the club.
Absolutely. No, it was funny because I quote tweeted one of the stories with this was it also NBC. I forget who it was on NBC, but I quote tweeted with the Bernie bro that went and shot up. So I was like breaking.
Was it Ben Collins?
Breaking. No, Ben Collins blocked me a while ago because he's a little fucking bitch clown, fucking pussy. Ben Collins, you are a piece of fucking filth. You know that? Brian Stelter was a potato piece of fucking garbage, but you give your mother's whore name a bad name.
Jesus Christ, Jay. You went in there. I mean, that was wow. Anyways, that's not even the last NBC News tweet. We actually have this one right here, in which they tweet out the Biden administration is asking Mexico to help curb the huge flow of migrants into the U.S. as Biden runs out of options to fix a problem that is hurting his polling. CJ, it's not about the border crisis because it's bad for the country. It's because it's bad for Biden's polling numbers.
I know. And that's what and the funny thing is that there was a report that Biden said that he's going to have to put in an executive order to stop the flow. And it's really funny because I thought it had to be done by a congressional bill. Everybody's been telling us he doesn't have the fucking power to actually slow the spread.
It's absolutely insane. I don't know how anybody. We're going to talk about it here in a few minutes. I don't know why anybody still thinks that he's capable of holding power.
At least, like, the thing that I'm really pissed about is that we were promised taco trucks on every corner.
We should have fucking got them.
We didn't. And we've allowed 11 some odd million fucking illegal aliens through here, which, by the way, not all of them are from South America. So
yeah,
we could have had some shawarma stands too.
Yeah, seriously. Or we could have gotten like kati rolls. You ever had a kati roll? Look,
Pakistani food is like 12th on my list. God. Still 12th out of all the cuisines out there. Being 12th is still pretty fucking high.
How come my ass is number 1 on your cuisine list?
Because you're also from Cincinnati.
No, I'm not.
Connecticut.
There you go.
They both start with a C.
I'm not Carl.
And they're both like a lot of white people.
Carl. I'm not from Ohio.
There's so many white people in Connecticut and Cincinnati. It's insane.
It is.
Tell me, I mean, how many black people were in your high school or school?
Quite a lot.
In Cincinnati?
No, Connecticut.
Did I say Cincinnati again?
You said Cincinnati again.
Well, what about the schools in Cincinnati?
I don't know. I've never spent more than a day in Cincinnati.
You've been to Ohio?
My parents lived there for like 10 years.
Your parents know Carl?
Actually, I think they do. Because everyone in Ohio knows each other.
That's exactly right.
Anyways, number 5, we got Hank Johnson, representative, Democratic representative. And honestly, this is one of those things you look at, Jay, and you think to yourself, wow, he really tweeted this, and he basically like the Antonio Banderas meme, just like,
I got it. I got the most perfect
most perfect take. This is what he says. He says, I have what some may consider a dumb idea, but here it is. Stop the bombing of Gaza, then the attacks on commercial shipping will end. Why not try that approach? I don't know. Representative Hank Johnson.
What geniusness.
Wherever the fuck he's from.
What geniusness, man.
I actually
absolutely
Georgia. You just said it.
Honestly, he probably voted for him.
Yeah, Neville
probably voted for this guy. This is absolutely a fucking retarded take. Yeah, why don't we just give in to terrorists every time they demand something? How smart is that?
Yeah.
We need every one of these motherfuckers who side with Hamas and the Houthis and Palestine and all of these fucking places need to get kicked out of office. They need to be kicked out of office, tried for treason, either hung or deported, whichever one.
So everyone in Congress, did they also get Gitmo?
No, we skipped Gitmo. In the Caliphate, we skipped Gitmo. Okay. We just go straight to the beheadings.
The public the summary executions. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'll put some French on it.
But I read this and I think to myself, he actually genuinely believes this shit because he thinks that you just tell someone this is what's his name? Guy who was, I'm forgetting his name. He was on TV earlier tonight. Oh, Joe Biden.
Oh yeah,
Joe Biden.
He was on tonight.
I don't remember.
Was that
tonight? I don't think. No,
that wasn't.
That had to be
when
another.
Did his
no.
Was it in Iraq? No, it was brain cancer because his father is a fucking moron.
So
who probably still has lead paint in his fucking house. You know what?
All right, hold on.
Joe Biden killed his son.
Allegedly. Okay. So Hank Johnson tweets this out, and where I was going with this. Joe Biden said to Iran after October 7th, don't. And what does Iran do? They do. So obviously this shit's working.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's you have so many examples.
Anyways,
red lines being crossed. Look, the thing these people don't stand is that you cannot reason with Hamas. You cannot reason with Houthis. You cannot reason with these people. These people want one thing and one thing only: the complete destruction of Israel and the West. That's what it is. Hank Johnson, they would kill you.
Actually,
Hank Johnson, you are a colonizer, Hank Johnson. If a Native American went and killed you and took your home and all that kind of stuff, you're the colonizer.
Right. Actually, that was an argument that was made quite a bit post October 7th, was that even leftists would acknowledge their own, that if they were killed by a Native American, that it was justified. The killing of them was justified.
Right.
Because they are colonizers. So, in that case, I say Native Americans, it's open season. Just go ahead, find those particular lefties. The world could do better with that. It would be a lot better.
100%.
Essentially. Obviously, this is not a call to violence because we don't call for violence. I'm just saying.
No, we're just saying, you know, Native Americans, go do your
go do your thing.
It's called the scalping dance.
Yeah.
And what you do is
they're scalping tickets. They're scalping.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They're scalping tickets.
I mean, I was in
California. To the Swiftie Bowl.
When I was in California, like everyone who was trying to scalp for dollar tickets for the dollars, they were
what?
Native American dollars.
The Los Angeles dollars.
The dollars, yeah.
Is that what they call them? Oh man. All right, number 4, we got Rob Rousseau. Now Jay disagrees with me on this one, so we're going to talk about this one. Yes. You put Rob Rousseau at number 1.
Right.
Okay. Rob Rousseau tweets out, Yemen is one of the only countries right now meaningfully acting to protect international law and human rights. Quite a delusional take, is it not?
The Houthis have slaves, like actual slaves, child slaves. Like they have.
So are you saying they're basically glorified ISIS?
Dude, it's almost even worse than that.
Really?
Their IQ is so low because of how many times they have been raping their own cousins and daughters and shit and giving birth. Their IQ is fucking in the gutter because of the inbreeding that they have been doing.
What's so crazy,
especially with sex slaves,
Jay, what's
child
so crazy
sex slaves.
And this is something of sort of a tangent here, but I feel like we have to say it because this is just kind of what we do. You know better than I do about sort of how Muslims operate, right? There's the concept of the ummah, right? So this is sort of like, it's a weird mentality when you think of the ummah as like being more important than like what's right and wrong. You think about you basically take the side of evil people simply because they're Muslim. That's almost like where it's gone.
Yeah, well, that's where it is with all these,
right? So you see like a lot of Muslims defending
everything.
They're defending Palestine, they're defending Hamas in particular, calling them freedom fighters, and then you got people defending the Houthis. Like, I'm sorry, 10 years ago when ISIS came into the picture, there weren't that many Muslims who were actually out there defending them. But because they're going after Israel and the Jews in particular, all of a sudden now terrorism is okay.
Yeah, it's really funny because when you talk to some of these Muslims, they'll be like, no. Hamas are Muslim. They don't rape.
Yeah, they don't kill innocent people. They don't kill innocent people. They completely shift the goalposts.
They only killed IDF soldiers.
Yeah,
that's it. And I'm not shitting you guys. These are the way. This is the way that they justify what happened on October 7th. Yeah. And they have these delusion. They honestly have these delusional takes. Whether or not they believe them, this is what they publicly say. And I mean, the other day I got into it with Hind. Because she posted a picture of a Palestinian man naked with an IDF shoulder in front of him. Now, he wasn't naked. He was in his boxers. Now, they're in a war zone. And they're fighting an enemy that puts bombs on their bodies and blows themselves up. So, of course, when they go into apartment buildings, when they go into certain areas that are targets, and they find fighting men who are fighting age, they are going to hold them captive to keep themselves safe. So she tweets that out and she said, look at this. Don't you dare both side the situation.
But yeah, I'm looking for that tweet because I retweeted it. I retweeted your response.
That was she blocked me after.
I know, so you can't pull it up, but I can.
And like that also deserves to go into the list for
February.
But for February. Now, the only way you can actually morally feel justified in tweeting some shit like that is that if you honestly believe that anything that happened on October 7th was a justifiable act.
Right.
And they like to try and call me like I'm doing a shtick. I'm not a real Muslim. I can't believe I'm a traitor to my blood, blah, blah, blah. Palestinians are not my fucking blood. Palestinians are gypsies. Palestinians weren't even fucking in that area for God knows how long. Anyways, that's a different tangent for like another time. This is when I talk to my Lebanese uncles and cousins and stuff who live in Lebanon who fucking hate Palestinian people until they fucking start killing the Jews.
Man, I really thought that tweet was much closer than it actually is.
Oh, dude, shit pops the fuck off, dude.
Well, the thing that's so crazy about it, Jay, maybe you wait. It's the 8th. This is what.
Like,
I think you had to delete that tweet because you got banned.
No, that's not a tweet that I had to delete.
Really?
Yeah, that's not one of them.
All right. Well, fuck me then. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to later.
Please do. Anyways, whatever. I can't find it, and the moment's gone. So
yeah.
Rob Russo, his tweet on my list is number 4. Jay is number 1. We're gonna discuss. We're gonna
go through the.
But the community noted Rob's tweet saying the Houthis are a Yemeni rebel group and not the Yemen government. They are also not defenders of human rights. The Houthis besiege cities by cutting off their water supply. This is according to Human Rights Watch. It's not like a right-wing organization. They reinstated slavery. This is by two largely, I would say, pro-Middle Eastern, pro-Gulf publications.
Yes, they are.
Kidnap, ransom, and torture civilians, again, Human Rights Watch, and Al Jazeera, okay, engage in piracy. And this is from the UN, right? The UN. So not exactly like Breitbart, Red State,
no.
Not those types of publications.
It's so funny watching these people who are they pretend that they are in the side of righteous and moral and all that kind of stuff, but all they are people who fucking hate the West. They hate the West.
They hate the West. They hate Christians. Passion. They hate Jews. They basically hate anyone who is not them. Which, Jay, I think there's a word for that.
Yeah, helicopter rides for free.
Oh, I was looking for like.
They made me delete that tweet.
They did make you delete that tweet. I was just gonna say that that's like the prime definition of racism. But anyways.
Oh.
It's okay.
Well, I mean, you can't be racist when you've fallen out of a helicopter.
That's true. You're no longer a racist once you fall out of a helicopter. CEO lawyer coming in at number 3. This is, again, now the top 3 is debatable. Jay extended to the top 4 because he put Rob Russo at number 1. This is my number 3. And then we'll go to Jay's number 3. Does that sound fair?
Sounds fair.
Okay. Number 3. CEO lawyer tweets out Harvard University president is no longer a black woman, but a white Zionist man. Claudine Gay resigns, and immediately Alan Garber is appointed. Israel did all of this to take control of one of America's most prestigious universities. Welcome to the United States of Israel, where you can criticize America, its president, and every government official, but you cannot criticize Israel. Man.
Yeah, it's a delusional take. Like, to me, this is like a delusional take, but it's a delusional take that everybody has left and right. Like everybody has the delusional take that
Israel's behind it.
Israel's behind everything, but the Jews control the world.
I also don't know who this CEO lawyer is, but he has 25,000 followers on X. So it's not like someone who doesn't have an audience. He does. The reason why I put him in my top 3 is because it's a rather unique take, specifically in how it ties to Claudine Gay, that Israel was behind it. Which to me, I think is list worthy.
No, it's list worthy, but to me, I don't think it's like.
You don't think it's top 3?
I don't think it's top 3.
What do you think? Maybe 4?
I think Matt Latavis is top 3. The reason why is because he's going after a specific person and making it out that it should be illegal for us to report on and showcase like what is happeing in our schools.
Yeah.
And
it's funny that people get more upset about reporting on like
a teacher saying
inappropriate behavior
from a teacher.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on the people who are specifically outraged at the fact that this stuff is being investigated, not because it's happening in schools, but it's being investigated in the first place.
Yes.
Those are the people you really need to watch out for. Probably should be put on the list, a different list, maybe a wood chipping list. I'm not sure.
Right.
Anyways, but I was just going to say that, while we figure out this top 3, top 4 situation, by the end of it, we'll come to consensus here. Okay.
We will.
So it's not set in stone. I told Ben that if he dares to tweet out the list before we finish this debate, he's fucking fired.
Hopefully again.
I mean, so Ben, tweet it out. Do it.
Do it now. Take initiative.
So your number 3, Jay. This actually wasn't your number 3. Your number 3 was NBC News and Matt Latavis.
Matt Latavis, him specifically because he's the
writer,
the journalist.
He's the author of the article.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll put Matt Latavis or Leviatz or Lavietes on there at number 3. Okay. Now let's get to my number 2, and then we'll go to Jay's number 2. Gene Wu tweets out Gene for Texas. He's responding to the wokeness tweet that says 10 states with the most guns per capita: Montana, Wyoming, Alaska, Idaho, West Virginia, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, South Dakota, and North Dakota. All 10 of these states support the Texas border resistance against the federal government. And then there's a bomb drop. Gene Wu laughs at the situation, saying it's all fun and games until someone eats a drone-fired Hellfire missile. I'm sorry, Gene. Are you advocating for state-sponsored violence against innocent Americans who simply oppose Biden administration policy? Because that's what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it sounds like. But it wasn't simply opposing.
Not just opposing, but like actually acting in against the interests of the Biden administration.
This one, I mean, it's something that was also said by Biden before.
Okay.
This one was not my top 2.
Your number 2 tweet was "Stop Zionist Hate,"
which is your number 1 tweet,
which is my number 1. So let's just group them together. So Elon Musk and Ben Shapiro are in Auschwitz, a town that allegedly witnessed genocide in the 20th century. Elon Musk, do you have any plans to visit Gaza to see the genocide happening right now?
Allegedly.
So, all right. You put this at, this is your number 2. This is my number 1, which means I don't want to talk about this just yet. I want to find out, well, actually, hold on. You did read your number 1.
Yeah, because my number 1 is your number 4.
That's right. I'm sorry. Boomer moment. All right. So Jay's number 1
was Rob.
Is Rob Rousseau.
Yeah. Okay. Rob, pedophile. Not Rob Rousseau. He's got the stash and everything. I mean, you cannot say allegedly that the guy is not. He's got child porn. Yes.
It is a rough look. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, this is your number 1, Rob Rousseau.
Yes. I might switch it with the Stop Zionist Hate.
Stop Zionist Taint.
Taint on your lips.
Well, Jay, I thought you of all people would want someone to stop their Zionist taint on your face.
Never stop taint on face.
No. Park it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Park, same as stop.
No, stop is like before it reaches there. Park it is like actually go and sit. Because you stop here.
Well, let's be honest, Jay. Obviously, it can't be a woman's taint because women don't know how to park.
They don't know how to parallel park. There's a difference.
So Jay's getting some male taints because that's the only Zionist taint that's going to be.
Can you jump in here, please?
His face.
Can you please jump in here, Faye, and let me know if it's park Zionist taint or stop Zionist taint to go on my face.
Okay, so what are we going to decide here? Because you're stalling, Jay.
Jay may want to stop using the word shtick if you're trying to convince people you're Arab.
Well, Jay.
Convince.
You gotta, Jay, you have to.
My name is Mujahed.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you Arab, okay? You being a faggot makes you Arab.
Lebanese specifically.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So anyways, let's try to consolidate here. So
it's green. So
what?
my tattoo is green.
Was it not green all the time?
No, it was. So acts like a green screen. So
let me see.
like it disappears.
Let's see it.
Into.
Oh shit! Oh shit! It does. Hold on. Let's blow that up. Do that again.
It's pretty cool. That does look pretty cool.
That's pretty dope. Anyways, oh no, sorry. So let's make a
decision,
a compromise here, okay?
Yeah, a compromise.
I am willing. So the Matt Leviatus tweet, you put at number 3. We both think that Stop Zionist Hate is in our top 2. So why don't we move Rob Rousseau up to number 2 and put Stop Zionist Hate at 1?
Yes, but then I would also put Matt at 4.
4 or 3?
I'll put him at 3 for sure because.
Would you take CEO lawyer off?
Yeah, I'll take. Well, I wouldn't take him off. I'll put him on off the top 3. Yeah.
But do you think he deserves to be on the top 10?
Yeah, you can stay on the top 10. It's a good tweet to use as all the other tweets that tweet like that.
Okay,
that Israel's behind everything.
All right, so we're gonna We're gonna keep Stop Zionist Hate at number 1, and we're gonna put Rousseau at 2. Fuck. Right?
Yes.
Rousseau at 2, and then we're gonna put Matt. Do we want to keep NBC News as a separate one on there and bump out, I don't know, the FBI, because we've gotten that tweet every year from them, right?
Yeah, it was every year.
So at this point, it's no longer unique enough.
To me, it really isn't. No.
All right, so we're gonna add Matt Leviathus or Matt Leviathan or Matt whatever the fuck his last name is to number 3. We'll put CEO lawyer at 4, and then the rest as follows: Gene Wu at 5, Hank Johnson 6, NBC News 7, JJ McCullough 8, Politico 9, the Associated Press at 10. Are you good with that?
Perfect.
All right, Ben, go ahead and ship that shit. Okay, that's the list, Habibis. But we're not done yet. We still got. We have a lot of fun in store, Jay.
Anal Schwab Anal from Rumble goes, Rob got a molester, a molest
trash.
A molest trash. A molest trash.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anal Schwab.
Thank you, Anal Schwab.
And for the Habibis who are just tuning in, we just did the list of people who need their phones taken away. And we actually, now is the moment we've all been waiting for, Jay. We're going to talk about what the fuck happened today, Jay.
Oh my God.
This is ASS Breaking News.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Actually, that was
that was a pretty good segue.
That was a pretty good segue.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Spencer. And then he jumped the gun one more time and started playing it again.
I know, and I was about to get into it too. I'll be like, "Welcome, Habibis, to another episode, another breaking news story."
This is ASS Breaking News.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
On ASS News.
Okay,
thank you.
that was me that last time.
I know it's not all on your face.
Okay, now you get like half an episode of a Habibi Power Hour. Okay, so
yes,
this is why I didn't. This is not like considered a Habibi Power Hour episode. Okay, now you're just getting bonus content because we finished the list. So, Jay, President Joe Biden was basically found exonerated, so to speak, by the special counsel Robert Hur. Now, Robert Hur has been investigating this classified document leak while Joe Biden was the then vice president going into private civilian life.
Right.
Now, he had boxes full of classified documents in his garage, which by actual U.S. law, a former vice president cannot handle classified information. Former presidents, however, can, and while they're president, they can declassify any document they want with just by saying that.
Right.
Just by saying that it's declassified. So on the one hand, you have former President Donald Trump getting Mar-a-Lago raided by the FBI.
Yep. And
for holding on to classified documents, which you could make the argument that President Trump had the legal authority to maintain and hold those documents.
Yes, you can.
But the National Archives, or I guess I should say, every Trump critic out there, everyone who wants to destroy Trump, found the National Archives as their way in to get Trump and charge him with all this shit. Now, of course, he's involved in like 3 other cases in Georgia, which is falling apart at the seams because Fani Willis can't stop getting hit in the pussy. Literally.
Right. No, literally. That's exactly what's happening over there with that. So he's probably going to see himself get out of that one.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is the same thing with Cori Bush, right? She hires her husband to be a security guard.
$700,000.
Yeah, almost $750,000.
Right.
To him. You don't think that's a fucking embezzlement scheme?
No, it absolutely is.
And I'm thinking that this Fani Willis thing is also an embezzlement scheme.
It probably is because they went out on vacations and
shit.
Everything. But, just like, how Biden goes off on a tangent, forgets where we were. We sometimes do that too.
That's true too. So back to
Biden.
Okay, back to Biden. When we were talking about Biden, this is the new vibe here. This is what you're getting. We're going off on tangents basically all the time, and then we're pausing to then let you know that we went off in the tangent. So we go on another tangent
to get back on track. But before
so
going
Joe
on
Biden,
one more.
Joe Biden, Special Counsel Robert Hur,
he came out with the recommendation on not to indict,
right?
And because no jury would convict because the guy is old and forgetful.
Yeah, I think the specific language they used was well-meaning but with poor memory or something like that.
That's what they said
right here. This is a direct
reading
excerpt of the report, which is like 200-300 pages long. In which is written, in his interview with our office, Mr. Biden's memory was worse. He did not remember when he was vice president, forgetting on the first day of the interview when his term ended. If it was 2013, when did I stop being vice president? And forgetting on the second day of the interview when his term began in 2009, am I still vice president? He did not remember even within several years when his son Beau died, and his memory appeared hazy when describing the Afghanistan debate that was once so important to him. Among other things, he mistakenly said he had a real difference of opinion with General Carl Eikenberry, when in fact Eikenberry was an ally whom Mr. Biden cited approvingly in his Thanksgiving memo to President Obama. Now, that summary of well-meaning but poor memory or forgetful, what have you, that was obviously not in that quote, but that is the takeaway from that particular report. I don't know if you could get more damning of a exoneration, because all of a sudden Biden not being charged with anything, instead you have the DOJ, which, by the way, Democrats have argued nonpartisan, completely objective, right?
Absolute
justice
garbage.
Is blind.
That's such a lie.
This is what the left has done. This is what the left has done. So they basically found this hill. DOJ is nonpartisan. They just go after bad guys. If you're a bad guy and the DOJ is coming after you, probably means you're guilty, right? Bullshit. That's what they sold us on.
Yeah.
And then they come back. Sure, maybe Biden didn't mishandle classified informations. But the reason for that is because we feel sorry for the guy because he doesn't know his ass from his elbow.
Yeah, he's so old. You have no idea.
It's like, okay, the thing Grandpa, let's get you back in for a nap.
There was a segment on CNN, and CNN's going pretty hard on this, by the way. Like,
actually, I think most mainstream outfits are going ham. I thought it was MJ Lee asking a question. Is that who you're gonna?
No, I was gonna say that they had a segment with I forget his name. It's so good because he goes in and he says, look, the United States, not this one, but this one, we want to get into this one too. He is saying that the people of the United States, this could be the worst outcome for the president, because in a time where people are looking for competence, the only thing going for Biden was that he was actually competent. The only thing going for Biden was that his health was not an issue and his mind was sound. After this report has come out, he should have wished that he was indicted instead, because this is even more damning for his
because
prospects.
At the very least, like,
indicted.
Even if they indicted Biden, the summary of that report would have been, the takeaway from the left would be like, he's innocent, but also he knows what he's doing. Now they don't have that argument.
They can't say it, because if they say he knows what he's doing, then so he knew he was guilty. He knew he was doing what he's doing is guilty.
So they're boxed into a corner here.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating to watch it all play out.
It really is. And then the next one here.
But Biden goes out there tonight, and everybody, like, there's like a 45-minute heads up. Everybody's thinking, is he going to step aside for Kamala Harris?
A lot of people were thinking that.
As soon as I heard that, right before Biden went out, because you and I were doing the show prep.
He wasn't going to run again. But then he came out, and honestly, I feel like he shot the bed. I feel like he shot the bed. He didn't portray any kind of confidence on his memory.
Jay,
and what he has.
Jay, what else happened today? Tell me what else happened today? What other big news happened today, Thursday, February 8th, 2024?
Tucker Carlson interviewed Vladimir Putin. I'm
sorry, but did we just draw a data point? Did we draw a connection here where, like, Tucker's interview with Putin is dropping on Thursday. Robert Hurt, hit me with that shit. Then they dropped this report.
What is it to take in, because Putin was going to say something damning, even more damaging to Biden?
They'd rather throw Biden under the bus and rely on someone like Gavin Newsom to save them than have anyone watch an American journalist interview the Russian president, a dictator, someone who hasn't relinquished power in over 25 years.
But he was going to give us, like, what, the hard truth about the situation and everything?
We haven't even fucking finished watching the interview.
Yeah, because it's a fucking history lesson. Yeah, I'm falling fucking asleep.
It's a goddamn Lord of the Rings film.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, we had this land in like 1644, and we in 922 we had blah blah blah, and then. But to Tucker Carlson's credit, he asked him.
He asked him.
He's like, so why did you wait for 25 years? You've been in power for 25 years. Why did you wait only until 2 years ago to bring all this up? And why did you say it was because of NATO and movement and not because of this fucking history you're making me sit here for 35 fucking minutes to listen to? Like, you didn't even offer me fucking meatballs here.
I only watched like the first 5 minutes, and even then it was pretty chippy. Just all right. Yeah. Bought me over the head for only watching 5 minutes. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm busy. Okay.
You didn't miss anything. 5 minutes to 35 minutes in, it's the same shit. I'm still waiting to get through the rest of it. But I mean, look, to me, I will still choose Biden over Vladimir Putin. I'm sorry. I'm on the side of the United States of America.
Which is crazy. America.
I'm not on the side of Vladimir Putin.
So
the Russian.
So typically, all right. So if you're thinking about that, for example,
KGB fucking agent. The guy is from the Soviet Union era. The guy is not from a new era of Russia. It's the same fucking Russia.
Jay, if you were to coach a basketball team, but there's only 1v1, wouldn't you want the best player on the planet to be your starter?
If you're going to say that Vladimir Putin is the best player,
no, I'm talking about within your country. Okay,
within my country.
So say, for example, you have, say, USA basketball playing Russia 1-on-1. All right, who's the best American basketball player right now?
No, of course. It's Michael Jackson. But
fucking Michael Jackson.
It's MJ, right?
MJ, Michael Jackson.
Oh, sorry. Michael Jordan.
Well, you actually decided. No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second, Jay, that you slipped up and thought that it was that you thought that the best basketball player in the world was Michael Jackson.
Dude, of course I want the best player for my team. And
so,
if we can get rid of Biden in terms of impeachment or something like that, yeah, sure. But I'm not going to turn around and pretend like I'm on the side of Russia or on the side of a terrorist or anything like that.
But that's why we're saying this is why we're saying that it's more important than ever that both he and Kamala Harris resign, so that we get House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
I would love for that to happen because she would smother him with those milkers. Because
it is kind of crazy because if you think about it, if Biden goes down, next thing you know, House Speaker Mike Johnson is a heartbeat away from the presidency.
I know, it's nuts. It's fucking nuts. That is a legitimate reality.
That is a potential. That is a likely outcome.
And then he's going to say that Jesus will be his VP.
Not a bad VP pick, if you ask me.
No, I mean, his lawn work is amazing.
You mean the Arsenal? It's like, man, Jesus does some of the fucking best landscaping.
He knows exactly how to pick those roses.
A fucking hedge.
He knows how to.
He could trim a fucking hedge.
And you know, with the things that they do in the Senate, you need a nice bush.
You do need a nice bush. Jay, okay, back to Biden.
Mm-hmm.
We all think he's going to resign. He doesn't. Instead, he gets really defensive.
Yeah.
But CNN, MJ Lee, basically. Oh, hold on. Peter Ducey opened it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have any clips of that.
I don't think so either because
Doesn't matter.
It looks like they went to sleep. That's what it looks like to me.
It's okay. Anyways, Peter Ducey kind of opens up. The very first question is about, like, the report says something about your memory and how it's fading. And then Biden's like, my memory is working so well, I let you speak, which is like, what? No, that actually doesn't mean what you think it means at all. Because if you had a good memory, you wouldn't let Peter Ducey speak because you fucking hate him.
Yeah. And also, it's like, if I didn't, it should have been, he should have said, it's probably because he's saying, like, if I didn't have a good enough memory, then I wouldn't remember my handler telling me I should have asked you a question first.
God, see, like,
that's what it.
Biden's dementia.
Me,
Biden's dementia is giving me fucking dementia.
I know, and the thing is like when people have dementia or have issues with their memory, what happens with them is that they start getting frustrated. They start getting easily angry and all of that kind of stuff. And to me, the fakest part of it all was when he was talking about his son.
Bo.
Yeah, the fakest
Hold on, the one he loves.
The one he lies about his death in order to get fucking brownie points. Right. Yeah, that one, the one that he loves because he got to where he is.
That's
on
actually,
that piggyback.
Honestly, I would not put it past Biden to only love Bo after he died because it really it helped him so fucking much with the electorate.
It really did, and he knows that he can play that string for the media personnel to try and help string it for him and for the fucking sad loving father narrative that they try and push, which is an absolute garbage fucking narrative because it's a fucking lie. He just the other day he used that story on a family who lost their 23-year-old daughter. 23-year-old daughter.
The 3 U.S. service members who were killed, was it in Syria?
It was in Syria.
In Syria. One of the service members, by the way, all 3 service members were black.
Yeah.
The service member who was a young 24-year-old lady who I didn't even remember what her rank was. She might have been just like
she was a low rank. Yeah. She was
24 years old. Of course, right. She was low rank. But what was crazy about it was that the conversation between Biden and the bereaved parents was happening on camera. And I don't know how it made to the public, but we watched it. And you're thinking to yourself, when you're listening to Biden talk about his son, Bo, dying, and he knows exactly how they feel. Like, bitch, no, you don't know how they feel. Okay. Bo did not die like separate from you. He died in your company.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as tragic as it was, okay, I'm not like diminishing like the horrible impact that Bo's death probably had on his life,
right?
But at least they were together. These parents, they were blindsided.
They had that opportunity to say goodbye.
No, it's crazy.
They had all of that. I mean, the closure that you're able to get, and that's why like the COVID lockdowns were so evil, too, because nobody was able to actually have that closure.
Right.
You're not allowed to go and see these people who are going to go be killed. But the audacity that he has, the way he feels that he can freely state these things with no pushback,
right,
is absolutely a failure on our media.
It's very tough.
It's a failure on our media part.
It's very tough to watch that and think, God, this is the fucking president of the United States saying this shit. Like you would, that's like, if it wasn't for like, we didn't need a fucking DOJ special counsel report to know that Biden wasn't fucking with it. We've had 3.5 years, 4 years, if you want to include the campaign,
right,
of watching him no, it's not like it's news to anyone. He's been cognitively impaired for some time now.
No, he really has. And you start thinking about it, like, is this the way he's talking to world leaders? Is this what he sounds like to other world leaders and everything? It is a very sad time that we have no confidence in the world leader of today. And then you have people who are actually defending him. And the first one that you can see over here is Tom Nichols. These are probably going to be some of them, some of the takes on the list. All of these reporters yelling at Biden and bombarding him with questions that are really just their own views disguised at what everybody thinks. And then he walks right back to the podium and shows that he knows exactly what he's doing at his job. What are you talking about? He walked away, and then he turned around answering a question nobody fucking heard, and then got fucking Egypt and Mexico mixed up.
Yeah,
CC, the president of Mexico. Like, this is a totally different fucking issue. Totally different fucking place and time. And he knows exactly what he's doing at his job. This is just absolutely fucking disgusting. And then you want to come here and say that people who are voting for Trump are delusional, and name them any fucking curse word you can find, calling them idiots, low IQ, and all that kind of stuff. When you come up with takes like this that are so obviously brown-nosed fucking takes, so you can get on NBC tomorrow. The only reason why Tom Bitchtit fucking Nichols tweets some shit out like this is so that he can make sure that the dick sucking producers at NBC see it and call him to say, hey, we like that you dick suck too. Come on to this what's it called, panel with us, so we can all dick suck together.
Red Steve, actually,
fucking dick sucker.
While this is all happening, Steve's just texted me. I gotta find this tweet because this is actually pretty funny. So Jay, you know how what's his name or what's her name? Luke Combs and how you say Tracy Chapman got together on the Grammys.
Oh yeah.
Was this from? This was from right about now. Why can't I find it now? This is what always happens.
Just hit retweet. I mean, hit refresh.
There we go. We're gonna go ahead and share this one right here. So got this from Red Steez. You got a fast car, and I have a country I can't remember. Still gotta make a decision. Gonna drone strike 7 kids to cover for Jill and my decisions. I don't know if that's actually how it goes. I just know you got a fast car. And I have a country I can't remember. I know that only those two lines, like.
Oh, you know the whole song? The song's pretty good.
No, it is a good song. I've heard it. I just haven't memorized the lyrics, Jay.
I'm so happy that Luke Combs was finally able to
get recognized during Black History Month.
No, to give Tracy Chapman. Luke Combs is the white guy.
No.
Tracy Chapman's the black woman.
No.
Michael Jackson.
Okay, so all right, I think this is a good time to segue because we are running out of time here. Swiftie Bowl.
Oh yeah, Swiftie Bowl.
Super Bowl 58. This is actually the Taylor's version of this podcast of a BB Power Hour.
Right.
Las Vegas, Nevada. We got what the fuck? A Swiftie prepares for the Super Bowl. Okay, here we go.
This is insane. So we're going to show a few videos here on what it's going to look like in a lot of people's homes during the Super Bowl.
Okay.
White people homes.
Jay. What the fuck did I just watch?
Oh wait, it gets worse. Play the next one.
I'm terrified.
Just play them all one after another.
Yeah, but Jay, that would imply we had a competent producer, which we don't.
I know. I mean, and I did the work and put them
Joe
all.
Joe Biden would do a better job producing this show. All right, so what we got here TikTok. Oh,
like
Swiftie Super Bowl photo booth.
Style party. Of course, I made the photo booth and I had to add some props. I glued patches and friendship beads on hats. How cute are these? And then I also got a bunch of heart sunglasses and glued the friendship beads right on there. Karma is a guy on the Chiefs. Make sure to stay tuned for more.
Wait, what?
She did a Swiftie Bowl photo booth.
No. Karma is the guy on the Chiefs?
I can't believe I know this. You know, Travis Kelce went to one of her concerts, and the lyric was something is karma is a blank blank. She changed it because Travis was there to say karma is a guy in the Chiefs. So she got dumped.
Mm-hmm.
So karma is the next guy, who's a step up of whoever dumped her.
Got it.
Which I don't think she can ever top John Mayer.
Wait, she and John Mayer. This is the only Taylor Swift ex-boyfriend I know of. And I don't even know his actual name. But Michael J. Fox's son for some fucking reason. Because I love Michael J. Fox because it was Back to the Future.
You know what it is?
What?
The Parkinson's. Because when you're fucking with somebody who has Parkinson's, that vibrate.
That wasn't his son. That was him.
Parkinson's is hereditary. She was just waiting for the right moment.
Oh, seriously. Oh, she was playing the long game.
She was waiting for that thing to trigger.
Playing the long game. All right. I see you. All right. So what's the next thing we got up? A Taylor Swift Super Bowl party.
Taylor Swift themed Super Bowl party. Saturday might be for the boys, but Sundays are now for the girls since Taylor has entered the chat.
We got all of the decor for this party from Amazon, including this red shimmer backdrop and this neon sign that says it's a love story. It's an absolute must and perfect for a Trav and Tay.
How cute are these giant friendship bracelet garlands we made? Look out for a separate tutorial later on how to recreate
in my
these.
Super Bowl
You'll want to have snacks
era.
for your party. Try this easy charcuterie made inside Travis Kelce's number 87 and cupcakes with football and disco ball toppers.
Make these sturdy Shirleys extra sparkly by adding in red glitter for the ultimate crowd pleaser. Can't watch football without beer, so this tower keeps the beer chilled all 4 quarters.
Now you're ready to set the stage with all the little details that make the party complete. We're also adding flower arrangements, Travis Kelce's jersey, and football for table decor.
Now here's how it all turned out. Everything is from Amazon and delivers quickly no matter if you're a planner or a last minute girly like us. Now who are you guys rooting for? Because we're Team Taylor's boyfriend.
Jay.
Team Taylor boys. So you know what this is? This whole thing, all of it.
Yeah.
Remember my last take saying that Taylor Swift was a witch?
I was just gonna say that now I know why 9/11 happened.
Right. These are all because they were warning us, because these are all witches. They're doing a huge seance.
So what are you saying, Jay?
They're going to sacrifice their boyfriends for Taylor Swift. The blood of their boyfriends will give power to Taylor Swift.
All right.
She's going to suck their souls. We have no chance.
In what way?
We have no chance.
Wait, I suck your soul out?
No, of course not. Come on, she's still a virgin.
All right, so what we got next?
I don't think this is anything, but let's go.
What is this supposed to be? Someone I know? Backing up Grammy's new albums air. This is what happens when they play the full video, like full screen, and I don't see the caption.
Right, because I had no idea what the fuck.
Zero idea.
Zero. So
God damn it, Spencer, you got to clean that shit up.
Who are you rooting for on Sunday? I understand America just hates the 49ers.
I hate both teams.
And they just hate the Chiefs because now Taylor Swift and they want to be a pretend dynasty.
Honestly, it's Biden, Trump on the football field.
I mean,
although I don't hate like Trump. Trump's funny.
Okay, look,
like at least Trump has like a redeeming quality in that he's absolutely.
The 49ers do too. They have Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brock Purdy. You're gonna tell me George Kittle is not America's sweetheart tight end?
Jay, that sounded.
That is the guy.
That sounded really gay.
That is the tight end I will eat over and over again. I would love to hang out with him. Little known fact about George Kittle is that he is a complete Harry Potter fan. Front to back.
Wait.
Loves it.
What do you mean front to back? Like there's a wand in his back? A broom in his back?
There's like what?
He's
12 books or something? Out? It's like 12 books or some shit.
7 books. So that's what I need to know about George Kittle. Or is that Brock Purdy? Because Brock Purdy looks like he actually still is in Harry Potter's grade in the first book.
There's a really fascinating thing when it came to like Brock Purdy and CJ Stroud specifically. NBC, NFL, ESPN do their best to censor the fact of how devout Christians they are.
Vote or die. Okay, you're
how
saying
devoted they are to Christianity.
Who's this?
Scott, I was going to say Scott Purdy, Brock Purdy,
yes,
and CJ Stroud.
Okay.
There are multiple times where they actually cut out like
their
phrases to God or Jesus or their references to Jesus. And another night, he was asked a question, and multiple times he was asked multiple questions, and the only time you could actually see these questions be aired is if you follow the journalist that asked those religious questions.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. I'm not rooting for the 49ers, but them winning is the best of the two outcomes.
So you're rooting for the 49ers?
I am rooting for the Chiefs to lose.
So you're rooting for Brock Purdy. So you can finally get the accolades he deserves for playing as fucking great as he's playing and has been playing.
Jay,
and everybody just likes to.
You're gonna get me to start rooting for the Chiefs because
they just say some garbage shit.
I am probably gonna root for the Chiefs just to shut you the fuck up.
Fucking root for them. Let's go. And let's not forget what's happening on Sunday as well.
Wait, hold up. All right, so the NFL honors, some of the awards are coming out, and seeing this from our producer.
Breaking news.
Say that Joe Flacco won Comeback Player of the Year award over DeMar Hamlin. Thank God.
Fucking yes. White supremacy racism. I mean, no, he deserved it.
Offensive Player of the Year is
Christian McCaffrey.
That's no surprise there. That means he's probably not getting the MVP. It's probably going to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett got Defensive Player of the Year. No surprise there. Offensive Rookie of the Year, CJ Stroud, well deserved.
Yeah, well deserved.
Will Anderson Jr., also the Houston Texans defensive end, won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Nice. I did not follow his game as much. Mm-hmm. Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski of the Cleveland Browns. That was a surprise.
I honestly think the Browns deserve it, or even Lions, but the Browns for sure they deserved it.
Did they not announce? Did they not announce the other
Texans?
Did they not announce the other awards? Have they
MVP? I don't think they're going to announce it until tomorrow.
Really?
Friday is a better news dump for it.
I guess so.
MVP, because what else they have? No, they just have the MVP, right? League MVP.
We didn't even see Comeback Player of the Year award. They said they gave
Joe Flacco.
Flacco.
Which was amazing because considering he was, dropping his kids off to school and finally and just being on the couch.
Yeah, I can't find it. Doesn't matter. So we are
meme headroom. I'm late. Is the Blaze's cat turd? No, this is for January. That tweet was in February. It was in this month.
I think the Blaze was tweeting. Oh, it was trolling.
You think it was? I thought it was. It seemed like it was actually not satire. They had to have been trolling, but it didn't seem like satire. We should go over and read it again.
This is a good tweet. McGill tweets out, at this point in their presidency, who had more brains left, Biden or JFK?
Oh, that's amazing.
That's fucking beautiful.
What a tweet. That's a banger. Literally.
Literally. Wait, what? Are you talking about the poll?
What poll?
There's, I don't know.
What happened? Who said what?
I think Spencer's drunk again.
It could be.
I think it's that. So, anyways, Habibis, I think that's gonna do it for us.
Wait, who you rooting for? Are you gonna root for the Chiefs?
No, I'm not gonna fucking root for the Chiefs.
So you're rooting for the 49ers. You have to say the team you're rooting for, not the team you hope loses. You just have to say it. I have to hear you say it.
I will root for the 49ers.
Let's go, 49ers, baby. Got him. Birdie.
And then
I always knew Birdie was your idol.
You know what's going to happen, though, is when the Niners lose, I'm going to laugh in your face.
No, but
just because you'd be depressed.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're going to be that depressed.
Be...
Jay, you're not even a Niners fan. You're a Dolphins fan.
Well, in a past life, when I was living in California, I was a 49ers fan. But it's going to be okay.
Why?
Because I'm still waxing your chest.
That's right.
It's happening Sunday. You guys, you can join us. We're going to be live streaming on Locals. And we're going to be coming in and out and stuff. But we're still going to be live streaming the game on Locals watch party. And you're going to get to see him finally pay for his loss to me on the fantasy league, where I'm going to wax a J on his chest. And it's going to be the nice hot wax, like the wax that you have to like really heat up and then let turn into.
Let's just get a quick look, season what he'll do.
So I'm gonna come over there so I can show you guys exactly what it's going to.
Already kind of looks like a T, and it kind of looks like there's my top surgery, right?
So you can see already that it already looks like a T on where it's supposed to be. But what is going to happen is I'm going to actually get it.
Oh, God. Yes, that's exactly how it's going to go. All right, Habibis. So, yeah, use the promo code Reunited93 to get $20 off an annual membership.
That's Reunited93.
Anyways, Habibis, we'll see you on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Mujahed Kobbe.
We'll see you next time. Peace and Masalama.